And now, Signature Dish, a WETA original series.
Today on Signature Dish, we're off on a Chinese culinary adventure. We'll get things going hot and fast. Chef, is it just me, or is this just an absolutely enormous wok?
This is a massive wok, and also with massive firepower.
Enjoy a twist on a familiar favorite.
肉夹馍 is a Chinese burger.
Chinese burger, all right. Well, I love any kind of burger. And finish off with a dish that's truly one of a kind. Time for the snails, all right.
Yes.
Okay, well that is like nothing I've ever tried before. I'm Seth Tillman, WETA producer and DC native, and I love good food. That's why I'm traveling to restaurants across the DMV. At each stop, looking for the one thing you just gotta try. That signature dish. First on my itinerary is a visit to Columbia Heights. I'm checking out Queen's English, a restaurant named for Hong Kong's century-and-a-half run as a British colony. The small, intimate space evokes the bygone supper clubs once popular in Hong Kong.
We met in New York a number of years ago. Ever since we met, I think we always wanted to open up a restaurant, and it morphed into representing like where he grew up in Hong Kong and our experiences working in New York.
Hong Kong is very unique as far as the food culture is. One being an island, a port city with heavily European influence, all the spices, all the trade, and not even just in food, but in the financial world, the diamond trade, the gold trade, all that passed through Hong Kong. And people leave little breadcrumbs of flavor along the way.
Well, I always describe our cuisine as it's not about spice, it's more about like texture. Our holy trinity is ginger garlic scallion. So the way that he's introduced those ingredients with other international ingredients is just really unique.
At the restaurant, Chef Henji's cooking is on full display.
Most restaurant open kitchen is like very quiet, it's very calm. With the wok, it's not, it's loud. If you're sitting right at the bar, you can feel the heat from the wok.
It's controlled chaos. We have, a lot of staff working in a tight environment. We also have a lot of guests in the room. It creates a lot of energy in the room, so it is definitely a party in here every night. Also, Hong Kong is not a peaceful place, There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of people, so I think it fits.
We lean into the chaos.
Chef,
Welcome to Queen's English.
thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here today. What are you cooking?
Today we're gonna do a crispy red snapper, whole red snapper with a Hong Kong chili sauce. It's our play on a classic Cantonese steamed fish, but with a modern twist to it. We're gonna start by just getting our salad ready. That's gonna be our garnish, and it also lighten up the fish because it is a crispy fried fish. We have a little mixed greens here, very simple. We have a Thai basil, just some little herb freshness that goes in there, and some shaved fennel, which gives a little crispy texture, little malt and salt, little fresh ground pepper, and some extra virgin olive oil. And that is the salad and garnish for the fish. We're gonna put that aside, and now we're gonna focus our attention to the red snapper.
All right, and I feel like every time I get whole fish, whether it's fried, steamed, 90% of the time it's red snapper. Why does it work so well?
Snapper is just a great frying fish. It's not too fatty, it's not too lean, it just has the right amount of meat and fat where it just fries up really well. Our fish, our red snapper here, is completely deboned. We take all the bones out down the middle. We leave the spine bone on just for presentation and for ease of frying.
I was gonna say, it's gonna make it a lot easier to eat when we're at the table.
It is.
I think a lot of times people are just intimidated, myself included, when you have to navigate all the bones on the
Correct.
inside.
So that's, typically in Cantonese cuisine, we eat our fish whole, on the bone, we steam it whole. Obviously, it's a little bit different restaurant here, so we debone it. It makes it easy for our guests. Honestly, it makes it easy for our staff, so they don't have to clean up the mess. So we put the skewer across the fish, and then we put another one through the tail into the head. So this does two things. One, for the obvious, is the presentation, and two, fries evenly. Since if it wasn't skewered, it's just too thick of a fish, and the inside's raw, the outside's cooked, and then you wind up with a dry piece of snapper.
Well, we definitely don't want that. So no batter, just breading?
No batter, just breading. In here, we got rice flour, cornstarch, cumin, garlic, and onion powder. We want the coating to be light because we still want the skin and the fins to get crispy. You know, one of the greatest thing about this dish, for me personally, is eat the tail.
Eat the tail.
All the spice, all the crunch on the tail is like the best ruffled potato chips
Oh,
you ever have.
I'm ready to try it.
So we have the spice mix on. So when you grab that salad, I'll grab this fish, we'll head over to the fire, and we'll finish this dish.
Let's do it. All right. Chef, is it just me, or is this just an absolutely enormous wok?
This is a massive wok, and also with massive firepower. A normal stove is about 20,000 BTU. We have 175,000 BTU here.
Oh my goodness. And what do you get with all that extra power?
So in Cantonese cuisine, we have something called wok hei, or the breath of the dragon. So with all that firepower, that will give us the true breath of the dragon.
All that hot, fast cooking is going to also help with the texture, get nice little char on the outside of everything.
Correct.
So you're going to get this thing fired
Yeah,
up?
so we're gonna start. So simply, we just put the fish in the fryer. We hold it down and start our timer. While the fish is frying, we're gonna turn on the wok, get it hot, add our oil. So now the wok is smoking. We're gonna add in our Napa cabbage and add in our garlic. You can feel the heat already. And we're just gonna roast out a little bit. The good thing about the wok is because it's such high heat, you get a good char without overcooking the vegetable. So we're gonna lower the flame a little bit. This is when we add in our sauce. So this is our Hong Kong chili sauce. It's our lemongrass, red bell pepper. We do a ginger and garlic gas shriek. We add our sesame oil, confit garlic back in there. And that's the sauce.
Can't even see what's happening in this thing. There's
You
so much
can,
steam.
you kind of just gotta listen to the sizzle.
Just pure muscle memory for you. at
Pure
this
muscle
point.
memory, just by sound and smell. The crab butter goes in, so that gives a little bit richness to the sauce.
All right, timer went off. That
Timer
was
went off.
fast.
Yeah, we drain off the excess oil. We lay the fish on the tray. We're gonna leave the fish there. We're gonna grab our plate. We're gonna put the sauce on the plate. And then we're gonna put the fish on top of that.
So the fish will stay nice and crispy.
Correct.
All right, I like that.
So now we just make sure our salad is nice and dressed and toss one more time. We're gonna garnish with the salad. And here is our crispy red snapper.
Chef, that was a spectacular cooking process and a spectacular looking dish. I can't wait to try it.
I can't wait for us to eat it as well.
All right, this whole fish, salad on top. What's the best plan of attack?
I would take all the salad, put it to the side, get to the good stuff. The fish is mostly deboned, but the tail and the two fins on the side, you're definitely gonna wanna put to the side and enjoy it at the very last.
All right, I'm gonna start with just a little bit of meat right here. And I have to ask, what pairs nicely with this beautiful crispy red snapper?
Honestly, I think the perfect pairing is the Queen. It's an orange wine that we make with a friend of ours, Kim McPherson, in West Texas.
This is an orange wine?
It's an orange wine. It's 2 weeks on the skins. It just has this like really fun pineapple, kind of like peach fruity flavor. Nothing nuanced, so it definitely holds up to all the flavor in the sauce.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, nice and refreshing.
Yes.
All right, I'm digging in here. Wow. That is exquisite. That fish is so flaky and tender. Everything balances so nicely. I'm gonna try it with a salad as well. Still getting that crispiness and crunchiness from the cabbage. Some of that lightness from the salad and the sauce. I just can't get enough of that sauce.
Yeah, that's definitely the best part of the dish.
And this is a traditional Hong Kong style chili sauce?
It's definitely our interpretation of it. You know, it's more like a play between like a sweet chili and a spicy chili sauce, where it's kind of in the middle.
So it kind of goes to that idea of just sort of whatever works You know, you're not bound by any specific traditions.
No, not really. You know, it's the foundation of the cuisine is always Cantonese flavor profile. But besides that, you know, we just have fun cooking what we like to cook.
Well, it's clearly a lot of fun. I can imagine on a nightly basis, that's quite a show that you're putting on there.
Oh yeah, the chef's counter seats are in high demand, and everyone wants to sit there. It's dinner and a show, chaos, loud, hot, action-packed.
The way a restaurant kitchen should be.
Yes, absolutely.
And I haven't forgotten, Henji, that you told me I have to try this tail.
You gotta try the tail.
All right, so you know what? I've eaten a lot of whole fish in my day. I've eaten the fish head, the cheeks. I've never eaten a fish tail before. What am I in for here?
It's the crispiest, spiciest piece of ruffled chip you'll ever have. What do you think?
That is an unexpected treat. Never would have thought to try that. If you hadn't told me, I would have left that tail on and not meant any offense by it. But I'm really glad you did. I'm definitely gonna be looking for that next time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Across the DC line in College Park, just off Maryland's sprawling campus, I'm hitting up Northwest Chinese food. The restaurant, which is a hit with Terps and foodies alike, is helmed by chef and owner Hua Wang. Although Hua hails from Shenyang in China's northeast, she fell in love with the food of Xi'an, a city in China's northwest and the starting point of the historic Silk Road. The city is home to the famed Terracotta Army and boasts a cuisine all its own.
Northwest China, the food is sour and spicy. It's a lot of the mix the flavor together. I get a chance to travel to the Xi'an because I love trying all the different kind of food. I go to one market, so I try the burger. I'm very surprised that the taste is so different from my hometown. When I live here the couple years, I eat some of the restaurant. It's not all the authentic Chinese food. So I like to introduce what's the real food from my country.
Hua,
Hi,
nice to meet you. Thank you so much for welcoming me in here. Oh, wow, some wonderful aroma coming from the stewed meat here. What are you making today?
I will make the spicy beef 肉夹馍.
Rojiamo, that's new for me. What is that?
肉夹馍 is a Chinese burger. Yeah.
The Chinese burger, all right. Well, I love any kind of burger. So it looks like this is gonna be the meat. Is this gonna be the buns right here?
Yeah, I made the dough.
And what goes into the dough?
Only the flour and the water, yeah. First, I'm gonna roll the dough.
So you make a little tower.
Like the tower, yeah.
Okay.
This is the traditional way how we make this. We want to keep the nice ridge around all the burger.
It's like pottery. It's like little cups.
Yeah.
And how many of these burgers are you making every day?
I think that maybe 200.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
like this.
Popular item.
Yeah, very popular.
And this is something that you're really only going to find in the northwest part of China?
yeah. This is the like a signature.
Oh, the signature.
Like a signature food in the Xi'an. Now I'm going to put this 3 dough into the press.
All right, so this machine looks like it means business.
Yeah,
Looks hot.
yeah. First I put it here, just wait maybe 10 seconds. This called traditionally called like a tiger. You know the tiger?
You're looking for a tiger color?
Yeah,
All
tiger
right.
color. Here. So when we turn on, we need like this. This is traditional made. So you
Can't be scared of the heat.
Yeah. It's very hot.
Yeah.
I just close it up and let them cook a few minutes. Now it's cooking. Can you pass me the butter?
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
So many beautiful colors and ingredients
yeah,
here.
prepare everything. This is very important. This we are home the spicy oil.
Spicy oil.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
of
a
course.
family recipe.
So how do you put this part together?
Yeah, I just take out some of the piece here.
And
So
this is beef, correct?
Yeah, the beef, and then I chop.
And how long has this meat been cooking for?
This maybe 3 hours. The morning, yeah. It's a lot of prepare.
Just falling apart. I love that.
Yeah. And then I cut, chop this.
My mouth is watering just looking at this.
So I put a little bit of salt here. Very about it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I have some jalapeno and onion. It's more flavorful here. The beef is done, so right now we bun is ready. So
The buns
I
are ready,
take
okay.
Yes.
Oh, nice
all
color
the
on the
beautiful,
top.
the smell is all the flour. You can this.
Oh, wow, yeah. There is just nothing better than the smell of freshly baked bread.
Gonna take this special knife and open this. Look.
Almost looks like a pita.
Right now I put the spicy oil here.
Also, beautiful color on that oil.
3 kind of the spicy here. And now we put the beef here. Yeah.
That is beautiful. Northwest Chinese actually offers up 8 different versions of the Rujia Mo. So, before we sit down to eat, Hua prepares 2 more for me to sample. All right, chef, my first Chinese burger. I'm excited to try
I
this.
feel hungry.
I am very hungry. Wow.
How you feel? Is it crunch? You feel the outside crunch?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. But the way it contrasts with how tender the meat is, how nicely
Yeah.
stewed it is, that's great. I love the addition of the onions and the jalapenos
Yeah.
because it gives you that extra little sort of
Yeah.
vibrant crunch along with that
Right.
stewed meat. I got to go in for another bite of that. Well, I had to go back and get a little more chili oil
Yeah?
too on that
Okay.
bite. And you have a couple other types of the burger as well.
Yeah. For this one, it's called the Lanzhou spicy potato burger. So for this one, actually, I created this the flavor from my hometown, the crispy chicken.
Oh, nice.
It's totally different flavor, yeah.
Yeah, no spice on that, but so many other good textures happening
Yeah.
there. And Hua, tell me about these other beautiful dishes on the table as well.
Yeah, this is called hot oil noodle. We create spicy and sour. It's the signature flavor from the northwest. Can mix together. It's a lot of flavor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is definitely a nice sour flavor to that.
Yeah, the sour.
Along with the heat.
Little bit sweet. Yeah. This one is the recipe is from my hometown. This is the hot noodle.
All right, my chopstick skills need a little bit of work. It's a lifelong journey for me. Oh, everything, from the cold noodles, the hot, the spicy, the sour, this dynamite burger. There's so many different flavors at play
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It feels like this restaurant is just a really personal expression. for you.
Yeah, it's really personal. Yeah, this is all my favorite food. I put one menu.
Love that. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm wrapping things up out west in Fairfax. In a small strip mall at the corner of Fairfax Boulevard and Main Street is Yanzi Noodle House. Although the menu is long, one dish stands out among the rest. Lo Sifan, a rice noodle soup in a snail-flavored broth, originated in Luzhou, a city in southern China. The Liujiang River that flows through the city has an abundance of fresh river snails.
I born in the Liuzhou city. I came to US in 2009. One day, my daughter missed the Lo Sifan, and I decided to make for her. My girlfriend come over to my house. So after they have my Lo Sifan, they said, "Wow, so delicious! I never have a Lo Sifan like that." And then after that, they post my Lo Sifan picture on the social media. So I start my small business after that day.
During the pandemic, the popularity of Lo Sifan exploded across China. with people making packaged versions of the famously pungent and sour soup and sharing their culinary exploits on Chinese social media.
I think because during the COVID-19, many restaurants they close, so they only can get the packaged lo shi fen. That's why it made the lo shi fen so popular. The lo shi fen is very different than other traditional rice noodle. The flavor is very powerful, and every ingredient is very fresh. Some customers, they come over, if I tell them have a snail there, say, oh, no, I don't want snail. I said, please don't get wrong. This snail is not on the street snail. It's the river snail. It's very fresh. You try it and then they love it.
Audrey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm excited about a big old bowl of snails. That's definitely a first for this show. What are you making today?
I will make our restaurant's famous lo shi fen today.
I've heard about this dish, but these aren't the kind of snails that you see after like a big rainstorm.
Yeah, this we call river snail in China.
And so how do you get these ready for cooking?
Before we cooking, we have to clean. We have to soak in the water 3 days. Have to clean at least 3 times,
Yeah.
and then the water is clean.
All right, well, a snail soup, I'm game. I want to try it. So you're going to cook these up before they go in the broth?
Yes, follow me back.
All right,
yeah,
let's
I will
do it.
show you. Okay. Oh, it's heavy here.
It's a lot of snails.
Okay, yes, and let me grab the wine and we'll start the snail soup.
This wok is no joke.
Yeah.
There's so many ingredients that you're going to need for the soup as well.
Yes. When the wine is nice and hot, we will put the oil. When they have a little bit smoke, I will put the green onion first. So second one, ginger. Add the garlic, star anise. This is cardamom, cinnamon stick, the bay leaf. Right now, I will put the sugar in there.
Sugar, all right.
Yeah. This is sour bamboo. Somebody think this sour bamboo is the famous smell. So how do you say?
I mean, I can definitely pick up a little sour flavor there.
All right. Put a sea salt. This is very famous in China. Something like a basil. Next day, I will put the snail in there.
Oh, time for the snails. All right.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
that is just a mountain of snails.
All right. Right now, I need this.
Of course.
Yes.
After Audrey mixes in the snails, the ingredient train rolls on. Now I think I understand why people make this out of a mix. Because there are so many steps and ingredients in this process.
Yes. Right now, looks delicious, right?
Oh, it does. It looks amazing. After the snails are finished cooking, Audrey adds them to a pot which has beef and pork bones that have been simmering into a stock for over 8 hours. Once they're added, the stock will cook for an additional 2 hours. While some of the cooked snails are reserved for other dishes, there are no actual snails in the lo shi fen, just the flavor. To finish the dish, Audrey first steams bok choy and boils rice noodles. She then garnishes the bowl with an array of vegetables and toppings, including more sour bamboo, and finally ladles on the snail soup. All right, Audrey, I am so excited to try this lo shi fen, a dish I've never had. I'm going to start with the broth first.
Okay.
See if I can get some of that snail flavor.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, well that is like nothing I've ever tried before. That is completely new to me, that flavor, obviously with the snails, but there's a real complexity to it too, because you get a little sweetness, definitely a little bit of spiciness as well, and that sourness. It's just such a nice, balanced soup.
Thank you so much.
And these peanuts as well. Gotta get a little crunch in there. I think I understand the hype now.
Okay.
I know why this is spreading all through China. And of course, there's some noodles hidden down here as well, right?
This is a very special noodle. Normal noodle sometimes may be too soft, but this not soft, but not too tough. Then in the medium, in there.
And then tell me about these sauces here as well.
Okay, this is my secret vinegar. Always recommend you add some. My customer asked me, could you sell this vinegar to me? I said, no, sorry about that. You only can eat in my restaurant.
People want to take this vinegar to go.
Yes, yes.
All right, I'll go with 3 spoonfuls. Then,
Okay,
why not?
yes. And we also have a mild spicy sauce and the super spicy sauce here.
There is a little bit of heat from the broth,
Yeah.
but the vinegar almost kind of helps sort of smooth that out a little bit.
Yeah, that
Like
made the flavor balance maybe better.
And tell me about these little crunchy bits over here as well.
Yeah, this is fried tofu skin. Last customer, they love this one.
I like that the broth is unique, but that as well, the toppings, the bamboo shoots,
Yep.
the peanuts, and then the tofu skin.
Yeah.
So many different textures of flavor.
Yeah, we also have some dry radish in there, sour green bean there. Yeah, this is basics. And you also can add many kind topping, build your roast fish.
So what's it been like for you to have this soup that has so much meaning, goes so far back for you and your family, to be able to introduce it to all these customers in Northern Virginia who've never tried it before?
I think the roast fish is mean a lot to me. Sometimes because we miss our family, when I eat my roast fish, I can thinking about my family, my friend in China.
Well, I hope more and more people will come out here to try this. If they can get over any discomfort they have about snails, which I think they should, it's definitely worth trying. So thank you so much, Audrey. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for trying my roast fish.
To find out more about great food in the Washington metro area, visit WETA.org/signature dish.